This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. It's an exciting day. Bernice is working on her wedding plans, and she's choosing a mariachi band. Her friend Alex is in a garage band, the Palmettos, and has offered to play the wedding reception for $100. On principle, however, Bernice wants a professional band. She's heading out now to negotiate. "What are you going to negotiate?" I asked. "I will know when I get there," she replied. "The goddess will guide my negotiations." Ah, okay. An hour later, the shouting has died down, and Bernice emerges with only a small lock of hair out of place. In the background, I can see what looks like two band members sneaking out the back door holding crumpled sombreros. "The goddess has led me to negotiating success," Bernice serenely informs me. "Only $120 for a professional band." "Really? Which band?" "The Flying Cucarachas." "Have you ever listened to them?" "No. Why?" "Because, my dear Bernice, the Palmettos are a cover band. They specialize in music by the Flying Cucarachas, only they're much better musicians." Bernice paid an extra $20 for an inferior product, all because she didn't prepare correctly for the negotiation. While it's nice to trust the goddess, just to be on the safe side, you and I are much better served with the right preparation before walking into a negotiation. What's the right preparation? There are many pieces, but today we'll concentrate on the most important pieces. Know your numbers. The first important number is your reserve number. The reserve number is the absolute lowest that you'll accept in a negotiation before the negotiation just doesn't make sense for you to continue. You find your reserve price by understanding your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, or BATNA. The BATNA is what you would do if all negotiations failed and you had to walk away from the table empty-handed. If Bernice had actually listened to the bands before hiring one, she would have realized that their music was basically identical. She just prefers the idea of having a professional band. Knowing that, if Bernice's Cucaracha negotiation fails, her best alternative is to go with Alex's band, the Palmettos. This means that Bernice's BATNA is hiring Alex's band. Since this alternative would cost Bernice $100, her reserve number is $100. This means she should never pay more than $100 because she can always get a perfectly good band for $100, and paying more is just throwing money away. The next number to consider is the best possible outcome you could wish for. This is the highest number to expect, and frankly, it's the number that you would pitch if your strategy is to start the negotiation at the high end. As one lawyer friend of mine put it, if you're selling something, your dream number is the highest price you can open with that won't make them actually laugh you out of the room. Bernice's dream number, since she's paying as opposed to selling, her dream number is 0. She would love to get a band to come play the wedding for free. She knows this isn't realistic, even though she would be offering the band amazing exposure that they could then post on their webpage and Instagram and would clearly cause their indie cassette tape sales to skyrocket. So, since $0 is unrealistic, her dream number is a whopping $20, because musicians. The last number to keep in mind is the goal number. This is the number that you actually aim for throughout the negotiation and is a realistic middle ground between the reserve price and the ideal price. Bernice's goal is $80. She figures that she can negotiate the professional band down to below the garage band price. Bernice is very optimistic. So let's recap. Bernice's BATNA is hiring the Palmettos instead of the Cucarachas. This means her reserve price is $100, so she should never pay more than that. Her dream payment is $20, and her realistic goal is $80. In our new alternative universe, Bernice heads in to negotiate with these numbers in mind. If the Flying Cucarachas want more than $100, Bernice's reserve price, she'll do better by leaving the negotiation and hiring the Palmettos. She's going to keep the $80 in mind, however, throughout the negotiation in the hopes that she can negotiate the Flying Cucarachas down to that number. You can find and use these numbers everywhere. We negotiate all the time in our lives, and in any negotiations, BATNA, reserve price, your dream number, and your realistic goal are worth knowing. Sam has an extra ticket to Star Wars 19, The Redemption of Jar Jar in IMAX 3D Holovision. Tickets are sold out for the next 13 months, but Andy, Sam's friend, is chomping at the bit to buy the ticket from Sam. If Andy doesn't buy it, Sam is confident that listing the ticket on Craigslist would fetch at least a $73 price. That means that Sam's best alternative is selling the ticket on Craigslist, setting the reserve price at $73. Being an investment banker, Sam's dream number is to sell the ticket to Andy for $1,115. After all, if Andy isn't smart enough to check Craigslist, that isn't Sam's fault. But Sam also realizes that a more realistic goal is $125. I mean, after all, this is IMAX 3D Holovision. By going into the negotiation with all three numbers, Sam knows which offers of Andy's to reject, which to accept, and which to aim for. Great negotiation is like bullfighting. You need the right attitude to sit down with the bull, understand each other's interests, and hammer out a joint agreement. But a great attitude only does so much if you don't know your numbers. Keeping track of your numbers gives you a way to know where you are in the negotiation. When to walk away, that's the reserve price. When to say an enthusiastic yes, that's your dream price. And when you might be able to move the agreement a little bit more in your favor. Bernice scheduled a renegotiation with the Flying Cucarachas, and I passed her in the hall, wiping the sweat from her brow at the end of the negotiation. "It was hard work, but successful," she proclaimed. She has the professional band, the Flying Cucarachas, for $90, $10 below her reserve price. From the twinkle in her eye and the determined set of her mouth, I can't wait to hear about her negotiations with her florist. This is Steve Robbins. Work less, do more, and have a great life.